Do you have anxiety or get overstimulated easily, but really want to go to Halloween Horror Nights? If you do, this is the video for you. If you're new to my channel, I'm Colleen. I am a licensed professional counselor in New Jersey, somebody who is diagnosed with anxiety, and a huge Halloween Horror Nights fan. Halloween Horror Nights is so much fun, and it is definitely something that if you love horror, you should check out at least once in your lifetime. But it can be incredibly overwhelming. And this video is full of tips and tricks for you to manage Halloween Horror Nights with your anxiety or overstimulation. Halloween Horror Nights this year runs from August 29th to November 2nd. At the time of filming this video, the event has not started yet. So all the clips you're seeing from inside the park are videos that I recorded over the past 2 years of going. I am new to going to HHN. I started 2 years ago and fell in love, but it is overwhelming, like I said. So the first thing I'm going to talk about with all of you is knowing the tickets, knowing what you need to buy. Halloween Horror Nights has various ticket options, and to reduce anxiety before you even get there, make sure to research which one is best for you. There are options for multi-night as well as single night. There's private RIP tours, which gets you to the front of the line, as well as public RIP tours where you can make some new friends. There's Express Pass, there's Scream Early, and there's my absolute favorite, Unmasking the Horror tours. I am somebody who always goes alone. I fly solo at Halloween Horror Nights just because I don't really have a lot of friends or family who are into horror the way that I am. So what I always do is I get the single night ticket because I'm out of state and I'm not going to be there that often with Express Pass. The biggest tip I'm going to give you with the Express Pass is don't use it right away. If you're in the park and you're doing the stay and scream, go to a house first. You'll be able to repeat houses. With my single nights and my Express Pass that I do for 2 nights, I get through all of the houses in one night and get to repeat the ones that I enjoy the most. One of the things that I think can be the most confusing when planning for HHN is what is Scream Early and what is Stay and Scream? Well, Stay and Scream is being able to stay inside the park. It's where you can wander around until the start of the event, but you do need a ticket for that. So if you are somebody like me who's an annual pass holder, or you have a day ticket for Universal Studios, you're already good. You're in. You can wander around the park and wait for the houses to open. In order to participate in Stay and Scream, on Halloween Horror Night days, you will need to go to one of the check-in spots, usually over by Minions Cafe, to get your wristband to say that you are there for Halloween Horror Nights and have a ticket as well as that day ticket. If you don't have that day ticket, but you want to get in early and not watch the opening ceremonies, then you need to buy the Scream Early ticket. The Scream Early ticket gets you access to the park before it closes to the guests that are just there for the day. This year, they are changing Stay and Scream a little bit, so it's going to be new for me too. What I've heard is we're going to be getting a wristband that says we're allowed to be there. We have our Halloween Horror Nights ticket, and then we can just wander around a little bit more. I advocate for doing Stay and Scream if you have anxiety. How come? Because you're not in the clump of people then. The opening ceremonies, while they're great, when those gates open, it is a rush of people coming in, and that can be super overwhelming. But if you're doing Stay and Scream and you're in the park already, yeah, you're in a crowd still because you're usually waiting in a line for the house, but you're not in that rush. The people moving quickly, everybody going different directions, potentially losing sight of who you're with. So if you don't mind missing the opening ceremonies, which you can usually find on YouTube, then go in for Stay and Scream. The mood lighting was fun, but let's brighten up the place a little bit. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is the lines. Now, the lines can be so overwhelming. My biggest tips with the lines is to make sure you bring stuff with you to entertain yourself. If you are with a group of people, I always see people playing Heads Up on their phone, which is great. It's a great way to pass the time. If you're alone like I am, I actually bring my Kindle. I'll read in line. It's completely easy to do. Kindles are easy to carry around, and it just makes the line seem less overwhelming. Lines are actually the thing that trigger me the most because my anxiety is very much so surrounding being trapped around people. I'm not claustrophobic. It's not spaces. It's literally when I feel like people are closing in on me and I can't get out, I will start to have a panic attack. So this is also a reason why I tend to buy Express Pass. For me, it is worth spending the additional money to reduce my anxiety. And when I do have a little bit of a line, because Express Pass does not guarantee you automatic entry into the house, I have my Kindle with me as a safety blanket. I will stand there, I will read a book while I'm in line, and it makes it less noticeable that there are all these people around me. Also, bring headphones with you. Listen to some music. Talk to strangers around you sometimes too, because I've met some nice people in line. Not people that I stayed in touch with, not people that I'm friends with, but just nice people to chat with in line. So these are all different little tips for managing the line. Now here is your biggest one though. Fill up your water cup before you get in line. It is hot at HHN. The time of year that it is so hot, and you need to make sure you have water. I will let you know that Universal will run out of ice within the first hour of HHN starting. They run out of ice every year. But you can use the Coke Freestyle machines to fill up water. Now, if you're gonna want soda or something, you gotta get the actual cups to refill it. If you just want water, you can just take your refillable cup and refill it with water. Make sure you're hydrating yourself throughout the night because that is also going to help with your anxiety because you're going to reduce symptoms like dizziness because of dehydration. So make sure you're always filling up your water cup before you're getting into line because the lines can be pretty long and you want to make sure that you have hydration. Usually throughout the event, there are hidden spots that you can find to get some rest and relaxation away from the crowd. So if you need a place to come unwind that's not as noisy, not as crowded, there is this little side street right by Finnegan's that doesn't have anything. It doesn't have a set, it doesn't have a house, so it's just people walking through. So it's much more quiet, less people, great place to go just take a break. What I'm gonna say about this though is things are changing this year. Scare zones are expanded, and I am not complaining about that because the scare zones are actually my favorite part of the event. The scare zones are getting bigger. They're spreading out into more spaces. There is this that recently came out. Art the Clown will be wandering around the entire event. So telling you right now where you can go and find some quiet time away from the crowd is a little difficult because I don't know where it's going to be yet. Now, I am going to the event in the end of September, so I know that only leaves us like 1 month after I'm going to be there. But if you want to know if there's a quiet space for you to go get some time to yourself, please subscribe to my channel and I will make a video upon returning from HHN this year that tells you the spots that I found that maybe you don't see Art the Clown. Like I said, scare zones are one of my absolute favorite part of this. I actually tend to spend more time in the scare zones than I do trying to get in and out of houses. Yes, even with spending the money on the express pass. I will sit for an hour or so just observing scare zones. I love them. And yes, I said sit. So the scare zones, there's like this unspoken rule with the scare actors that if you are on the sidewalk, they're not coming up to you. They're just not. So if you are in Hollywood, stand off to the side by 5 and dime and you will be able to observe the entire scare zone without having somebody come up to you. Again, scare zones are expanding this year though. So this is a tip that's always been really great for managing anxiety if you don't want too many jump scares. But I can't say 100% if that's going to happen this year. I'm really hyped to see the changes that they're making, but it makes it a little bit harder to give you a heads up on where you can go to make sure you're staying in an area that is better for your mental health. What I'm doing is I am sitting off to the side at a little table outside the edge of Demon Queens. The scare zone is amazing. It's so beautiful. The actors in it are phenomenal. But you can watch what's going on in the scare zone and appreciate it and take it in without having to put yourself fully in it. So this is a great tip for anybody who doesn't want to be scared in the scare zones, but wants to appreciate the scare zones. Let's talk the houses. Now the houses are obviously the main event. This is the thing people come for. And they are amazing, like next level artwork on this. I'm going to do a video about the Unmasking the Horror tour that I do because that is everything to me at this event. But the houses can be super overwhelming and they can scare you. It's the whole point of it. What I'm going to say is if you don't want a jump scare, it's okay to not go into the houses. If you're terrified of Terrifier, you don't have to go into the house. You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with doing. Inside the houses, there are usually flashing lights. There's strong smells. There are people jumping out at you in all different directions. And yes, the word I keep using, it can be super overwhelming. That's why I'm saying is if you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to do it. You can also take breaks in between the houses. You don't need to run from one house to the next. You'll be able to get them all in throughout the course of the night without making yourself get so overstimulated doing them back to back and standing in the lines. Take breaks throughout the night. Watch the scare zones. Get something to eat. Find a quiet spot that I'm hoping to be able to find more for you guys when I'm there. You can also do things to help reduce how overwhelming it is for you, like wear earplugs or headphones when you walk through the house so that you're not hearing the loud noises and the bangings. And I will say is if you are triggered by flashing lights, be very cautious going through not only the houses, but the scare zones, because there are a lot of flashing lights throughout the course of this event. There's also the issue with the fog that I should have mentioned in the scare zones. It makes it really hard to see. Just a heads up. This year, we are adding a lot of new things to the event, as I keep saying. One of the things that I'm really excited for is the amped up Mel's Die-In. I love Mel's. I've always loved the 50s vibes from the time that I was a kid. So I'm super excited to see what they do with Mel's. And I'm excited for everything else that is about to come. Stick around because next week, I'm going to do a hype list of everything happening at HHN. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And stick around to see next week's video, which is going to be my HHN hype list, as well as all the HHN content I have coming up. And if you liked this video, please go check out all of my videos on Epic Universe. And I hope you find your magical balance.